Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. Smishek's Custom Baits, Rick Smishek here. Today we're going to be doing another core shot video. Last week I said I was going to use the same colors, but you know what? I changed my mind. We're going to do something a little bit different today. But we are going to put salt in the outer shells of the baits today, so you can see the difference on the stick bait mold. I'm also going to show you. We're going to shoot the Ned rig, the core shot Ned rig mold. That's also from Angling AI, and the gates are a little bit bigger on that one, so we don't have as much. There's not as much difficulty with denting. But I'm going to go ahead and shoot that again today also, and we'll compare the baits after they come out of the molds and see which mold did better. But today I'm going to make a white core with a fluorescent blue on the outside on a shell. Yeah, I think that'll be. We'll put a little bit of glitter in it. I think that's going to be pretty good combination actually. Just was trying to imagine what it's going to look like in the end, and not. Sometimes it's hard when you haven't done it before. Sometimes it's hard to envision exactly what it's going to look like. But we're going to put a little black and a little bit of purple glitter in that blue also. So right now we're cooking the plastisol, and just as soon as that's done, we'll get the camera moved over and start mixing in the colors. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention with the fluorescence is that with the fluorescence from Lurecraft, you have to put the colorant in before you cook the plastisol. Okay, otherwise it doesn't mix in properly. There's just these little tiny little clumps in there of the droplets. It looks like. Now, this is the first time I've gotten a fluorescent color from Lurecraft or from Lureworks. This blue here, okay? That's what I've already squirted in here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, because I don't know what's going to happen yet, I'm going to go ahead and squirt some of this in and mix it. And if it doesn't mix in all the way, well, I think, well, we'll know right away if it's not going to mix in. And second of all, I think it might have a pretty cool effect in the baits. So I'm going to try it anyways, and we'll just find out together whether or not this is going to work. Okay, let's put just a little bit more in. Just probably don't need a lot. All right, there's that. Grab and actually, it looks like this one is mixing in. I don't see any colorant that didn't mix in. Oh wait a minute. I thought I might have seen a couple of spots in there. No, it's mixed in. Never mind. All right. So, with that said, let's get our trusty spoon. Okay? And I'm going to put in some of this small black glitter. Okay. And I don't want a ton of the black. I just want a little bit, because I don't want it to change the color too much. So I'm not even going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon there in this. Right? In fact, I'm not going to put it all in. Now let me wipe this off. All right, go ahead and close this up. We don't want that sitting there. Accidentally spill it. That was up. Okay, and then we're going to put some of this medium grape, black grape in. Okay, but this one, full spoon. Okay. Now the last thing we're going to add here after I get this color mixed in is I'm going to add the salt, which is already pre-measured. I've already measured it out. All I have to do is just slowly pour it in. Yeah, what do you think of that? I think that's going to look pretty cool. Okay, let's go ahead and add in our salt, and this is 3 tablespoons of salt. Okay. That's what I put in for heavy salt. The guys want lots of salt in theirs. Okay. And this cools off the plastisol quite a bit. So I'm gonna have to reheat this. I'll tell you here in just a second. 291. Okay. But you can also see it's kind of changed the color of the plastisol a little bit. It's kind of washed out that blue just a little bit. It's not quite as vibrant as it was. Not that it was super vibrant to begin with, but it's definitely not quite like it was before. So let's go ahead and put that back in the microwave and grab out the other stuff. This is just too easy here for this one. Just gonna be white for the core, and we want it to be nice and solid. We want that core to be nice and solid. We want to be able to see it. Okay, I think. Oh yeah, that's a nice solid color there. What you see there, the little bits there, that's just plastisol from the sides there. It's not melted. But as soon as we reheat this a little bit, that'll go away. All right, let me check this. Oops, put that over there. We check the temperature on this other stuff. We might be able to shoot it right away. Another thing you'll notice here too is the air bubbles. When you add the salt like that, you're going to get. I do, anyways. I always get a lot of air bubbles in it after that. So I'm going to heat this just a little bit more and let those air bubbles rise and pop. And as soon as I get that cleared up, we'll be right back. All right, so let's go ahead and shoot these shells. And I'm going to shoot the, like I mentioned before, the Ned rig, because the gate is a little larger than it is on the stick bait. So we'll see how these turn out. All right, let me go ahead and give this a quick stir again because of all the salt. Get that mixed up in there. Okay. All right. All right, sticks first. Okay, that one's full. And I went ahead and sprayed the rods ahead of time with the Great Value vegetable oil spray. Did that for both molds, so the shells should slide out pretty easily. Okay, this is the Ned rig here. It's full, and we're holding a little pressure there. Make sure we get everything filled and force plastisol in past those rods as they cool a little bit. So let's go ahead and shut down the camera for a minute. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the molds. Well, we'll do the stick bait first. We'll see how we did. So everything worked out. Why does it always stick to the wrong side? It doesn't matter which side you pick up. It sticks to the side you're picking up. Okay. Ah, well, crud. Well, we have one. Oops, let me move this forward. Okay. There you go. Well, we have one that didn't fill all the way. I'm not sure why that happened. But we'll just shoot the mold without that one. Let's go ahead and pull the rods out. I mean, it should have filled. I'm not sure why it didn't. Pull these off. All right. Oh, see, we still got a small dent in one of them. Actually, we got a small dent in that one too, and that one, and that one. They all dented a little bit right up there by the egg sac. Okay, but we can still, like we said last week, they're still usable as baits. But what I didn't talk about last week was make sure that both the ends are open before you put them back in the mold. Okay, if the nose isn't, the nose of the bait here isn't open, if it's plugged a little bit, you'll end up with the baits like this where it doesn't fill all the way. Oops, let's get this up here, where it doesn't fill all the way, and you end up with this little nose there like that, which that isn't a bad thing. You can make them like that, but the core didn't fill all the way, and the reason why it didn't is because the nose wasn't completely open. Move that up there a little bit more. You know what? Pardon me for just a second here while I move this down just a little bit. give it, there we go. That's way out there, okay? So let's go ahead and put these back. These are both open. You want to make sure that you don't pinch the tail as you close the mold. Okay, these are both open, all right? Because if you pinch that tail, you will have effectively plugged it. And then, instead of your bait looking like this with your core just down here on this end, you'll have just a core up here on this end because it wasn't able to push the air out of the bottom of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this here up. We're only going to get 4 good ones out of here. All right, get those. All right, that's ready for the core to be shot. Okay, let's go ahead and open up this one here. This is our Ned rig. Well, one of the 2 Ned rigs I have. Pop this out. There we go. Okay. Now, see these. Let's go ahead and pop all these off the rods real quick. Get them off the sprue, off the rods. Then we'll take a quick look at the shells, and I'm pretty sure that it doesn't look like any of them so far have dented. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, see, that one's good. Both ends. See, let's just take a look at this one here. You can see the size of the size of the core. It's the same. They both use 1/8" diameter rods, but this one there's more plastic around the outside of that core, this one than there is on this one here, and that's the reason why this one doesn't dent, but this one does. Okay. Go ahead and pull this there out. Okay. Yeah, these look really good. Okay. This is going to be, and I really like the color of the shells. We're going to be able to see the a little bit of a dent there. Maybe that looks like it has a little bit of a flat spot there, just a little bit. Okay. Make sure they're open. Get them drop back in. Okay. Both those are open. Oops, get back here. There you go. Hadn't checked this one yet. Let's get that set down there. All right. And these go in pretty easy. They're pretty easy to line up and whatnot. So, all right, there we go. Bob's your uncle. So we close it up. Put the rivet nuts on. Oops, there we go. And now we're ready for the next shot. Okay, let's go ahead and get this second shot done before the plastisol cools off too much. Gently shoot this in so that you don't push the nose of the bait back in the cavity. All right, that should be good there. Okay, again, gently push it in. Hold the pressure to make sure we fill those cores all the way down. Okay, that should be good. And we'll see how things are going here in just a minute. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the stick baits first. And I'm going to try to open it this way and see if that helps. Oh, I did. Oh, there we go. There we go. So you can see that white core deep inside. Oh yeah, these are... See, now there's some small denting. I don't know if you noticed it. There's one there. There's another one on this one. There's 2 on this bait. But there's some really small denting on this one. That's but it's not nearly as apparent as it was when we didn't use any salt. Okay. But those look pretty freaking fantabulous, I think. That turned out pretty darn good, I think. Let's check the other one here. Check the other mold, Ned's. Okay. See what happens. Oh, Bob's your uncle. Look at this. Let's get them all off that sprue there. Get that out of the way. Let's take a look at these guys. Look at that. Yeah, these turned out pretty darn nice. Even the sticks did too. Except for that one that was all white, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, there we go. How's that? Now we have imperfect stick baits again, but again, the fish don't care. Oops, there we go. The fish don't care about that. I was almost going to start talking with my hand. But this is something we don't see every day, this color pattern. But I don't see why it won't work. Alright everybody, that's it for a video for today. I don't have any questions to answer, I don't think, which is what we would do here. There hasn't been any activity over on Patreon just yet. So I think I'm going to stop making videos specifically for that, just for now, until at least start getting some views over there. I don't want to burn up all my ideas, you know, on a project that might not pan out at all. So, but I'm going to keep putting the link in the description. We'll see what happens. But for now, this one's going on to the Mad Scientist one again. This is Mad Scientist Place, I should say. That's going to be the playlist for all the stuff I experiment on, you know, like this. I've never done anything quite like this one before, so it was time to check it out, you know. But if you like what you saw today, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, if you hit the bell if you haven't done that already too. And if you want to help out the channel, you can go over to Patreon, or you can share this video. You can share it. Why? Because that's how we help each other out. Let me start that up. Because that's when we're at our best, is when we're helping each other out. And that's one of the ways you can help us out. It's one of the ways you can help support the channel is by sharing. Share with everybody. The sooner we get to 1,000 subscribers and enough watched hours, the sooner we can monetize the channel, which is ultimately the goal. That and starting to do fishing videos. I have to get another camera, and preferably a kayak, because I don't think anybody wants to see me standing there on the shore fishing. You know, I don't think anybody wants to watch that. So yeah, I think that's it for today, right? So until next time, tight lines and calm waters.